Hey guys, what's going on? NAMM 2024 has come and gone. It's wrapped. We had 3 NAMMs in the matter of a year and a half. It was first June 2022, then April 2023, and then now back to normal, January 2024. It was packed. It was more packed than the previous 2 ones. A bit overwhelming for me, but also it was a lot of fun. Almost everybody was here.
Hey everybody, Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater here, coming to you from outside the Anaheim Convention
big
Center.
Retailers, big personalities,
Thanks for coming to the Casio
all the
booth.
brands,
Hybrid hammer
showing
action
the stuff,
keyboard.
making
These
you buy
keys are
stuff,
about 2/3
convincing you.
solid spruce.
And I took some refuge here at Odyssey in a Whisper booth. Anyways, the best thing is to take an Uber for me. It's actually on the backside of California Disney Adventure. And yeah, it is Disneyland for musicians. You can say that. You can easily self-park, plenty of parking structures. Get the NAMM Show Plus app. It gives you your badge. You see all the shows. You can get online content later on, follow up on that. And then also the workshops when they happen, just like Sylvia Massey or Warren Hewart from Producelikeapro.
I come from that world of, you put your faders up and it sounds like a record. And most of the records that everybody agrees are the greatest albums of all time are pretty much that.
I agree with that. It has Modini Day, shredding. There's a lot going on at the same time, and you better plan out your experience. I recommend that.
That's really cool. And you can program this right here. So high level of customization. Then there's the bigger brother for video, and that's the big guy. VM1 with their expansion.
Especially if you're only here for a day. Normally I go for 3 days, but this time only 1 day. Here's something cool. Also a lot of new analog gear, consoles. That's where a lot of attention was. Here at Fairchild, the 670 reissue. And yeah, it's a sales convention. Marketing is definitely there. They have to push their products. $6,990 for this. A lot of tubes. Not sure if they're going to keep that plexiglass thing. But yeah, it was harder to get to it. It was already a lot of people last year, but this year a lot more. And people tell me, yeah, that is how NAMM normally is. And if you want to hear things, it's very difficult. Here with Odyssey, that was pretty easy. Electrostatic headphones, comparing them to the LCD5 in a Whisper booth. Asked, yes, you can buy the Whisper booth. It's a Swedish company. It shuts out all the noise. Very cool. So shout out to them for letting me test all their headphones. The MM100 are out. And then there's the Maxwell headphone. And you can do, it's wireless with the dongle that you see here on the left. And you can do Atmos mixing. And that's really pretty cool with head tracking. So it's a gaming headset developed for gaming. So maybe not as flat as you may need it to be, but if you don't have money laying around for 300 speakers, that might be the way to go. There's the LCDX, and they have always been great at a much lower price point. Been around for a while, but excellent stepping point into planar headphones.
We're actually there with phaser waveguides, which is an Odyssey patent, which disperses the sound waves in a pattern so they don't interfere with each other. It just reduces the interference. That's an Odyssey invention.
One thing I didn't know is that apparently last year Sony acquired Odyssey. I did not know that. That's interesting. Well, anyways, those two had their booth next to each other.
Sony is doing, they're doing coffee. No, just kidding. They're doing their 360 approach to spatial audio. The difference to Atmos is that they can go also the elements below you.
Yes, Stby Atmos here with Pro Tools. It's fully integrated and with an S6 that comes out of post-production for filmmakers mostly. Not everybody has $130,000 laying around. And that's going to be my point, how we're going to make this more affordable and more accessible and easier also to mix in. Otherwise, it's probably just going to stay in the film world. It is a pretty cool thing. Everybody's talking about it. It might just be the industry pushing it. It's hard to say. It depends where you stand on. And then a lot of attention to mixers and also analog products. You know, like I mentioned, the 670. Audioscape has their highly distressed front plates, but sound good. Always nice to level match in the analog domain using two hands and not thinking too much. One of the things I appreciate is that they put some headphones on the switcher there, made it very easy to test each product with the SSL G-style compressor. I have to say, this is a look convention. It's very, very hard to see things. Anything you try out, the noise levels are so high that if you don't have headphones and good headphones that they give you, it's very difficult to really hear what is going on. Keep that in mind and probably bring some earplugs. That would be my recommendation. I still believe analog has a place, and so does the consumer. A lot of fans for analog, yeah, because you don't need 800 plugins, and it makes it simpler. You don't have to think that much, and I think that's how you get good. It's not necessarily that analog is always better than digital plugins that can be very, very good these days. It's just a little bit more simplicity, less choices, and you're getting good at what you know. With tons of people, even getting food is not that easy. I had to stand in line to get my trying out these pedals. They were nicely set up, the dark glass stuff. Then it is time to eat. Of course, there's plenty of eating options. There's food kind of stalls, food trucks outside. No problem in that you will not go hungry. There's water fountains everywhere. Prices are all right for LA. Nothing too crazy. They're not jacking up the prices on a crazy level. Kind of like, a little bit like an airport, I would guess. And I'm happy to see that the brass, strings, drums as well, anything that's real world instruments are still very much alive. There's also sometimes I seek refuge in this area. I also like listen to players. You can hear some cool sounds. One of the things again is plan your experience. There's a lot of things that happen at the same time. Go to the workshops. You can learn a lot there. Go to presentations. But make a calendar and then just rush from point A to point B. I did that when I was here last year. Some of the workshops I wanted to go to, like the Dante workshop, was already booked out, closed even like 2 days before. So that NAMM show plus app's very important. And hey, still wood. They still make instruments out of wood, and apparently you can choose. Nice. Nothing has changed in hundreds of years, but certain things change. Here, the Amphion speaker, pretty gigantic and sounded really good. But again, I would need to A/B it against something. NAMM, go there, check it out, and see what is new. And don't get too stressed. Remember to have fun. Everybody's crazy about music. And there's always somebody who's crazier about music, like these two guys here. Never forget, enjoy.
The funny thing about the internet is you see people play and you're like, can they actually do it live? Yes. It is indeed confirmed Matteo can do it live.